Hey, what is up, everyone? This is Ete with another episode of Eco Lawn Science and another equipment one. I think this could help the homeowners or even the companies out there. I did the last one on a little quick one on spreaders, so I want to do one on sprayers because spreading is only half the battle. You got to fight weeds, and I don't recommend a granular weed and feed, mostly because you're applying weed control everywhere. And if you don't have weeds, what's the point of that? I like going liquid so I can just target the specific weeds. So let's get right into it. There's we'll talk about 3, maybe 4 types of different sprayers and which one might be best for what application. So I'll do this similar to the granular one that I did, the granular equipment, and I'll go by lawn size. So if I had a very small lawn, 1,500 square foot, maybe 1,500 square foot, I think a hand can is going to be fine. A 2-gallon, I'd probably get a 2-gallon hand can. What a hand can I mean is I'm sure you've seen them. You usually hold it in your left hand and you hold the wand in your right hand. So you actually carry this thing and you have to put it on the ground and pump maybe 15, 20 times, and that'll give you good pressure for 15, 20 seconds as you're walking. And then you got to repump and then spray. So it's a lot more work, kind of a pain. But if you have a really small lawn and you don't get a lot of weeds, they're okay. They'll do the job. There's a million of them out there. I definitely recommend going with a better brand, Echoes or Chapins. I'll figure it out one of these episodes. And even Solo makes some pretty decent ones. I've seen all kinds of ones at Tractor Supply, Walmart, like for $4 or $5. I would stay away from those. You're going to spend about $30, 20, maybe 20 to 30, $35 for a good hand can for weed control. When you get into pest control, you could spend $300 for the metal ones. But I'd recommend that, and then that will allow you to have a bottle of concentrate of your product, your weed control, and you can follow your mix rate. You have a measuring cup. Maybe it's 1-2 ounces per gallon. So if you have a 2-gallon sprayer and you fill it up, you may be using 4 ounces, something like that. And they're great. When you get into a lawn, maybe 5, 6, 7,000 square feet, and peak dandelion season, those are just not awesome because you have to, like I said, you walk, you spray, put it down, pump, spray, pump, and it just kind of gets old. I would definitely graduate up to a backpack sprayer. The backpack sprayer is one you can put on your back. They're about 4 gallons, usually on average. They hold 4 gallons of your mix. So again, concentrate, mix it in. So your 4 gallons can cover quite a bit if you're spot spraying. It will go very far. They're great because you don't have to put it down. You're holding it. The downside is you're holding it, 4 times 8, 8 pounds per gallon, 28, 30 pounds on your back, right? It gets old. But the nice thing is you don't have to stop. Your left hand is on the pump, and as you're walking, you can regulate the PSI. Many of them have little PSI trackers in them, so you can actually see, are you at 75 or are you at 100 PSI, because they get some crazy pressure. And generally the tip, you can adjust it. So as you go, let's say clockwise, it could be more of a stream, and then you adjust the tip counterclockwise, you get more of a light mist, depending on what you're treating and what you're doing. You'll need that. You'll need that ability to be flexible. But backpack sprayers are great. They are generally low maintenance. They are about $100 for a decent one, and they'll last years and years if you take care of it. You do need to clean them out. You do need, don't let it settle over winter, especially if you're using some more organic, beefy products. Clean them out at the end of the day. Just use up the product. More iron base, again, make sure you clean it out. But they work great. We use a lot of those in business. And again, if you have a 4,000, 5, maybe up to 8, 10, you could even do up to 15,000 square feet with those, no problem. And they're just really helpful. Great products. Some of the brands that I like, the Chapin ones, they sell one on Amazon. Actually, it's $50, and it's got a red lid. What I like about this one is the fill hole is not directly behind your back. So sometimes if you don't screw it on tightly, it could leak and get your back wet. That's not fun. But the fill hole nose is off to the side. So if it were to leak a little bit, it actually doesn't really get on your back. It's kind of a nice feature. And they fold up really flat. They're really condensed. So I really like those. I order 10, 20 of those a year, and then I get new ones every year, just because I can't afford the downtime of them breaking, and they get wear and tear. But I'm also running a business, and we're doing thousands of lawns a month. So for a homeowner, they're great. They're $50. I love the Echo ones. They're harder to find. Home Depot was the only place for years, and I still see some, but not as much. Again, you're around $100 for the Echoes. They last for years, and if you ever have a problem, you can walk back in Home Depot and say, this one's not working, and they'll just give you another one. I've seen it done. So the Echoes are great. The third piece of equipment I want to talk about today is an electric pack. So same concept as the backpack, but this one's electric, so you don't have to pump the whole time with your left arm, which is kind of nice. And usually they're 2 speeds. You have a high or a low. So the PSI is regulated, which is really nice because then you know it's consistent, right? If you're pumping slow with a non-electric or you're pumping fast, that has a really big impact on how much volume is coming out and your results. With the electric, that's gone. You press a button and you can get your speed high or low. Some can go 115, some can go 75 PSI, depending on the application. But they're awesome. Your left hand, you can just put it in your pocket. You don't have to do anything. And your right hand, you just hold the wand and you spot treat. These are very useful. They will go through product quicker because it is regulated, I have found out. But you can get a lot more usage out of them. You're going to spend more. A decent electric pack, I know Makita makes some, Shapen makes some. The one that I've come to like is the Flowzone. It's the Typhoon 2. And they're about $350. So you're going to spend anywhere from $200 to $350, $200 to $400 for a really good electric backpack. So it's a little more of an investment for a homeowner. But again, they're going to get so much out of it. You could do your own pest control with it because you can get, especially if you get 115 PSI, you can get the eaves of your house. You can do more volume. You can get a gallon and a half per minute. One thing that we like to do is we'll convert them. So they come with the wands, your traditional backpack wand. We'll convert it to an actual lawn, like a professional lawn turf gun that's on our huge, 2 400-gallon tanks. And so you can get great volume. You can do cool things. You can do liquid aerations out of them. You could do pest control. You could do more organic stuff, noxious weed control, flower beds. I mean, you can do everything. So those are the 3 that I like. And again, depending on the situation, if I had 20,000, half an acre or more, and I was a homeowner, I would be at an electric pack for sure. And then, of course, as you move up, you can get into what's common here are UTV sprayers. A lot of people have 4-wheelers or side-by-sides, and they have plenty of sprayers like that. You can just drag them behind, hook them on your hitch or on your mower and spray. A little trickier, very tricky to control. It's behind you. It's not. I like having the weed control in my hand, meaning like with a gun so that I can target exactly what I want to target. And then, of course, you get the commercial grade. You may have anything from 50 to 1,000-gallon spray tanks with 400-foot hoses. And just some really cool stuff. So anyway, I hope that helps. A little bit about spray equipment and a little bit some tips for you. Thank you guys. Have a great one.